Okay, we got to factor trinomials today. This will be your favorite way to factor of all the methods. Factoring trinomials, it's your favorite. Check out this number on the end, this 15. So what we're going to do is we're going to work with the 15, and he's positive 15. Come over on the side, make a little list of all the ways to multiply two numbers together to get 15. Your factors of 15. So like a positive 1 and a positive 15. They multiply together to give you 15. You get a positive 3 and a positive 5. They multiply together to give you 15. It's not a very long list. What you do next is we're going to take this list and we're just going to add them across. Like here's 1, here's 15. If I add it up, that's positive 16. Here's 3, here's 5. If I add it up, that's positive 8. Now what you're looking for is that middle term right there. So we're trying to find two numbers that multiply to give me 15. The same two numbers add to give me the 8. Like, well, 1 and 15 gives me 16. Ah, here it is. 3 times 5, 15. 3 plus 5 gives me the 8. Those are my two numbers. So we're going to drop them into our two finishing groups. When you factor, you're going to drop it into these two groups. Plus 3, plus 5. Here's plus 3, here's plus 5. Those make up the in position, the right side of each set. The first spot on the left of each set of parentheses is your variable, the x. So x plus 3, x plus 5. You just factored your first trinomial of the day. We got 10 of these to do, 1 down, 9 to go. Factoring trinomials. Let's do another one. Y squared plus 11y plus 30. So again, the key is number on the outside and your middle term. That's what you're looking for. So grab the 30 and you make a list of all the ways you can multiply to give you 30. Like 1 and the 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 5 and 6. So from this list of multiples, you're now trying to hunt who adds to that middle term. So we add them across. So that's positive 31, positive 17, positive 13, positive 11. And then there it is. Here's positive 11, here's positive 11. Boom. 5 and 6, those are your two numbers. We're going to drop them both down into our two finishing groups, the plus 5, plus 6. They make up the left side of each set of parentheses. The right side is made up by your variable that you're working with, your letter, your y. Dun, 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 y plus 5, y plus 6. You just factored another trinomial. Oh, and in case you wrote it the other way, this is the same thing. Y plus 6, y plus 5. If you switch the group order, still okay. All right, 2 down. Factoring trinomials. Let's do a third one. N squared 2n 63. Okay, now it's shifted a little bit. You've got this negative sign with the 63 right there. So when you're looking at negative 63 and all the ways to get that, did you run positive 7, negative 9? Or did you run negative 7, positive 9? So we check our list. Both those will multiply to give me negative 63. Let's add them across. Plus 7 minus 9, this gives me negative 2. This gives me positive 2. So what we're looking for is the negative 2 right there. So my two numbers that give me the negative 2, positive 7, negative 9. Drop them into our two finishing groups. Plus 7 minus 9. Plus 7 minus 9. They make up the last position in each set. My n makes up the first spot in each set of parentheses. Factoring trinomials. We're getting the hang of it. 4, a squared 6a minus 16. Whoa. Okay, so here you go. 3 trinomials in a row. 1, 2, 3 in a row. check your sign. It's not positive 16, negative 16 this time. So when we go to make our list, remember it's negative 16. So you start looking at, okay, is it going to be negative 4, positive 4, maybe we've got negative 2, positive 8, positive 2, negative 8. We have these lists of potential answers to give us negative 16. Add them across. Negative 4, positive 4, that's 0. That's positive 6, that's negative 6. And then you check to see, well, what am I looking for? Right there, positive 6 is what I'm looking for. So there's my positive 6. Those are my two numbers that factor. We prop it into our two finishing groups when we factor it. Negative 2, positive 8. So here's negative 2, here's positive 8. A is our variable. We drop him in, and you just factor the trinomial. All right, we're on a roll now. Starting to get the hang of this. 5. Okay, so factoring this trinomial, w squared, 3w, 70. Not many ways to get a 70, and it's negative. So we can use, let's see here. We could do 2 and 35, like negative 2, positive 2, negative 35. Probably it's going to be 7 and 10. Let's run it in there. So here we go. Positive 7, negative 10, negative 7, positive 10. We'll go ahead and throw in the whole list, but we're pretty sure the 7 and 10 is the way we're rolling. What is this? Plus 33, negative 33. Here we go. Negative 3, positive 3. And what we're trying to find is the negative 3. So this gives me negative 3. These are my two numbers that I need, plus 7 minus 10. So w plus 7, w minus 10. And you have just factored another trinomial. All right, I got a trick one for you. You got to be on your toes with this one. You got to be ready. Here we go. I think this is number 6. So n squared minus 14n plus 45. Okay, back to a positive 45 this time. So we start working positive 45. And we're looking at 45, we're like, okay, that could be like 3 and 15, probably going to be 5 and 9. So 5 times 9, 3 times 45. This has to be plus 18. This has to be plus 14. All right, some of you guys are already seeing the problem. You're seeing the problem already. This says positive 14. We look up here, but that is negative 14. So the 5 and the 9 that are positive give me positive 14. That's not what I need. I need it to be negative. Watch this trick. I can go negative 5 times negative 9. Negative 5 and negative 9, two negatives, multiply to give me a positive. Negative times negative does give me a positive. But when I add two negatives, it becomes negative 14 for my answer. So be on the lookout for that when this is a positive and that's a negative. Negative 5, negative 9. Here we go. Negative 5, negative 9. Drop in my n minus 5, n minus 9. One more time too, in case you switched it. You can give your answer the other way. You could write n minus 9 minus 5. That's fine too. Okay, that was a whole bunch of factoring trinomials. Now we got to take it up a notch. Got to double factor. Got to do it 2 times. Factor it once, factor it twice. Double factoring. Let's do one. 6, 42, and 60. 6, 42, 60. This is our first one that actually has a number, a coefficient sitting right there. Okay, so that's bad news for us. We do not like that number there, but there's hope. We can factor that 6 straight out of the problem. Like we can get the 6 factored out right now. So let's factor it one time by just taking the 6 out of there. 6 divided by 6, x squared. 42 divided by 6, 7x. 60 divided by 6, that's 10. So we factor it one time by taking the 6 out. The 6, he's out. Now let's factor inside here, just act like he's not there, and you have this trinomial with 10. You're like, oh, okay, positive 10. I can do that. It's like 2 and 5. That equals positive 7. So again, 2 times 5 gives me the 10. 2 plus 5 gives me the 7. Life is great. This is x plus 2, x plus 5. So you factor it one time by taking out the 6. Kind of cover that up. You factor it a second time by working the 2 times 5 is 10, 2 plus 5 is 7. Almost done. For your final answer, the rule of math class is do not forget your friends. The 6 cannot be left behind. So make sure you grab the 6 and bring him down for your final answer. So you factor it once by taking out the 6. You factor it twice by running the trinomial inside. All right, let's do another double factoring. All right, another double factoring. Here we go. What is this? Number 8? Like I had a 3 right there. 3w squared plus 18w minus 120. All right, here we go. So again, this is our first set of problems now where numbers are starting to show up in front. That 3 is bad for us. We do not like that 3. So let's factor the 3 out. So we're going to divide each part, divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. So this becomes w squared. 18 divided by 3 is 6w. You have 120 divided by 3. That is 40. So now we're looking at factoring at one time, take the 3 out. Act like the 3 is not there, and now you have a trinomial you can work with. Start looking at negative 40. So lots of ways to get 40. I'll help out with, how about, let's see here, we can go 4, negative 10, negative 4, positive 10, positive 5, negative 8, negative 5, positive 8. You could do 1 and 40, you can do 2 and 20, but it's probably somewhere on this list, this positive 6 we're trying to find. So here we go. This is negative 6, positive 6, negative 3, positive 3. We want positive 6. Here is positive 6. Those are my two numbers. So I factor this bad boy into w minus 4w plus 10. So we factored it the first time by taking out the 3. Then we work with the 40. 4 times 10 gives me the 40. Negative 4 plus 10 gives me the positive 6. That's factoring it the second time. Do not forget about your friends. This 3 has to be included for your final answer. So, rule of the day. Nobody gets left behind in math class. I'm saying one more. If we go one more, I think we're going to have this. So factoring and double factoring today. Let's do this. 5n squared minus 40n. That looked like a 75. Whoa, oh, it's plus 75. It was a 75, it's huge. Okay, again, I've got a 5 right there. If you've got a number sitting right there in front of your squared, see if you can factor it out. Will all these divide by 5? Yes, they do. Divide by 5, divide by 5, divide by 5. Let's go. So n squared, 8n, 75 divided by 5, 15. Boom. So we factored it one time by taking out the 5. Now we got to factor it a second time by working with my trinomial in here. Ooh, it's that trick one. Like you grab the 15, you're like, oh, 8, I got this. Plus 3, plus 5, that equals 8. But you see the spot you're in. Negative 8 is the middle term. Your answer is positive 8. But you know a trick for this. You know a trick. You can go negative 3, negative 5. Ha ha ha. And that gives me the negative 8 that I need. So those are my two numbers to drop into my two finishing groups. Boom, 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 boom. Minus 3, minus 5. My variable I'm working with, my letter, is an n. N minus 3, n minus 5. Not quite done yet. Don't forget about your friends. This 5 has got to be included. All right, factor it one time, factor it two times. So you got regular factoring and double factoring on these trinomials.